Welcome to TradeTheNBA.com. This is John. This report is for the 9th of December. Market continues to just keep edging right across up at the highs. One could ask, is there a broader miscalculation on the amount of risk that's available within the market at this particular stage? Yeah, you had the day of infamy passed that really wasn't even mentioned in the news, Pearl Harbor. But at the same time, you have Syria collapsed overnight relatively quickly. It was something that I'd been watching, but it's one of those where it just escalated quickly. So now you have a degree of uncertainty in the Middle East, and that is going to escalate. It's not going to decline. The choice of it's a big win for the West, of course, but from Russia's standpoint, it's an indication that they take very seriously the Ukraine situation, and the market continues to plug away, just waiting for what's going to happen at the start of the new year. The question will be how much chaos will exist going into it. Interestingly enough, though, the NQ broke out slightly higher. It was a little bit delayed behind the S&P, but definitely pushed forward. But you can see that the S&P didn't follow suit, which is an indication that we're getting back to our lovely divergences again, where one leads the other and the other one has to catch up. Coming off mostly positive extremes and almost at that same situation within the NASDAQ, you had the positive extreme from right back here at the 21,289 level range. So, this is one of those where, the calculus is winter, festivities and everything. If a lot of people taking it a little less seriously, perhaps, and, it kind of creates a bit more of a dramatic swing, but it's usually to the upside. It's very hard to want to go to the negative side with the bias for December being to the upside. And, that's a real thing. However, the real world can get in the way of that joyous optimism. From Treasury standpoint, yield continuing to decline. So the expectation is, more easing. And the only benefit here is the fact that oil dropping. And if it continues to do so, because the comments from Trump the other day and everything, again, it's just his whole focus is drill, baby, drill. Well, that is definitely going to drive oil lower, which at the end of the day, we've talked about this repeatedly, you keep energy costs low and amazing things will happen. It's just a natural catalyst for growth. The reality for the euro, more implosions, from the French government to the German government, even the British government having difficulties, even though they're outside the EU now. But that kind of political tsunami that, is starting to build, given this whole push towards war with Russia, starting to have an impact. And it'll be interesting to see if the central banks can hold the euro. How long, we'll see. From a gold standpoint, it's still rather muted. Should start to make a move at this particular stage and get a little bit more elevated, though some see more deflationary pressures building. But I think the world uncertainty is going to upend on a lot of that. The reality is for Bitcoin as well, just back and forth action. It's about the best you're going to get at this particular stage of where things are at. There's going to be some intraday moves. It's going to be chaotic simply because you're not having the consistent traders with various people, coming in and out based on different holidays. From an ETH standpoint, likewise, it popped up. It had accelerated catch up to where Bitcoin had been, and it's finally there. So, but clean readings here with the DOC, silent under red all the way from the beginning of the breakout that took place and hasn't changed since then. So, doesn't get any simpler than that. From an intraday standpoint, you can see we usually get these broad moves early on. They come back, fill out, and this is just about resolving the gamma and everything from the different option plays. Here we are in post-European market right now, and nice positive move, got from the negative slot back into just slightly above even at this particular stage. So I think you really have to think carefully at this particular stage because the broader global risks are starting to have a significant impact, and not being prepared for that kind of eventuality definitely is going to be problematic. Some intraday trading is obviously still going to be top of the list at this particular stage, especially at these levels. But the optimism about the coming year definitely there, and people believe it's going to happen. Uh, but as with the future, it's not finished at this particular stage. So, market's betting on perfection going forward, and if we don't get that, well, there you have it. That's really going to be the question mark. So, as always, anything relevant though, we'll put it on the Skype chat. Have a good one. Trade well.